Good afternoon and welcome to the greatest 5 minutes of your life. I am Samuel Ryan, joined alongside Carlos Cortez and Quentin Garrett, as this is LHS SportsCenter, where we bring to you scores and a recap of this past week's of action. To start off with, the cross-country season sadly ended recently. And I'd just like to give a quick shout out to all of those athletes who gave it their all and ran their hardest all year long. Carlos?
Yeah, and they ran their hardest all year long, bringing enthusiasm from practice to their last meet, and they've improved greatly this whole entire season.
And I just want to give a big shout out to those seniors. I mean, they really just done it all this year.
Yeah, most definitely. They did great, as well as the tennis squad. Quentin?
This tennis squad this year, they ended 7-4, which is not what they wanted to do. But let me tell you, they executed all year long, led by a good senior, Rowan Davis. I mean, the whole team just all around was just on point.
Yeah, they for sure have nothing to hang their heads about. As they finished, they exceeded most people's expectations. As a 7-4 record, that's very respectable across the city. And now we look ahead to soccer. A couple weeks ago, they got their first win at home against the Northeast Vikings. But then this past Monday was senior night, and what happened against the Cameron Dragons, Quentin?
Let me tell you what happened, Sam. It was a big 2-0 victory for this soccer team, and that's just a great way to send these seniors off.
You know, all year long I've talked about finding their identity and how important it was to find their identity late in the year. And, you know, they got two really big wins late in the year going into district play.
Yeah, maybe they can make some noise in districts. I'm not writing them off for sure. And now we look on to softball. Their season also sadly ended against the Excelsior Spring Tigers, losing 2-1. They finished with a 16-14 record, which is very respectable, and that's a good year for our ladies.
And, yeah, they've overcome adversity this whole entire season, losing really tough games all year long, but bouncing back next game with wins, scoring runs, and not hanging their head about anything this whole entire season.
Yeah, the tough loss against Excelsior Springs. I mean, Darcy started us off, junior Darcy Bolin started us off with a big home run, getting us off to a 1-0 start. But then, sadly, we just couldn't hang on to that lead and lost 2-1. And with that, we'd like to give a quick send-off to our seniors, Maya Mosey, Janice Roach, and Ellie Wattenberger. Thank you for your hard work and effort these past 4 years. We appreciate it greatly. Now, looking on to volleyball, this past Monday as well, their season had ended to the Savannah Dragons down at Benton. They lost a tough game. It was 3-1. Savannah's a good squad. We've seen them multiple times throughout the year, but we couldn't come on top. Quentin?
Like you said, we've seen Savannah multiple times this year. Early on, you know, I believe they beat us 3-0, and that changed. I mean, I don't know if it's just district play. Everyone got a little bit chip on their shoulder. You got to play a little tougher. And I think that's why we saw the 3-1. And, you know, you hate to see a loss, but shout out to those ladies.
And this team also overcame adversity, you know, losing really key players early in the year for a few weeks. But during those weeks, they found ways to win. They found ways to score points on the net.
Yeah, and just like prior sports, a quick send-off to our seniors. Taryn Smith, Bobby Tovey, Audrey Willoughby, Jamea Massey, and Kiani. We appreciate you guys greatly. You guys have worked very hard for our program, and you left it off in great hands as we continue to strive to be better this coming year. And now on to football, a season that hasn't ended yet. As you look at that graphic, we have a lot more wins than we do losses, and that's a testament to hard work and good coaching throughout the year.
And those losses up there, they're tough losses. You know, Central, overtime loss, and then losing, even though it looks like we lost big, but those are, Maryville and St. Pius, those are two state contenders in their respective classes.
Yeah, most definitely. And looking forward, we have a few wise words from our very own Carlos Cortez and offensive coordinator, Coach Jason Guthrie.
Hi, I'm Carlos Cortez, and we are here with offensive coordinator Coach Jason Guthrie, here to answer a few questions about next week's district game. And what has this meant to you to be part of this team again?
Oh, Los, man, I can't tell you enough of what it means to be back and been able to hang out with you guys. You know, I got to watch all you seniors grow up, and then it's pretty rough on me not being able to coach you the past 3 years. And I'm just glad that we get that opportunity to work with each other again. And man, it's like having a purpose again. You know, I can't really tell you enough of how awesome that is for me right now.
And you guys talked about this whole entire season overcoming adversity, and how proud are you of these boys overcoming adversity and claiming this first round bye?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. We got started late because of the hiring process and things like that. and we're installing a new system, and that's tough to do any off season, let alone a late off season. And it was frustrating. We got frustrated with each other, but we stuck it out, and we learned our new scheme. And man, I'm just so proud of the things that we've done. Some of the stats that we've had, but more importantly, the way that we act is just over the moon about it.
And like I mentioned, this first round bye, how beneficial is this week off going to be to you and the team?
Oh, Los, we didn't have any significant injuries going into last week at Maryville, but everybody was just a little beat up. We had Jaron still coming back from his thumb. You're a little banged up. We're a little banged up on the offensive line. And it's just, a week for us to get healthier, a week for us to get better at what we do and not necessarily have to worry about what anybody else is doing. And, just kind of enjoy our time together without so much pressure of Friday night,
Yep. And as we approach midfield here, I'm going to ask you a few little silly questions.
Okay.
So, what was your favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite still is Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And last question, what was your favorite Halloween costume growing up?
Growing up, my favorite Halloween costume of all time had to been the Ninja Turtles. Whenever that was going, that was prime. Jason Guthrie running around. I was Leonardo, of course. But probably my favorite Halloween costume of all time was when I dressed up as Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. I grew out my nasty stash all week and felt like I rocked that.
All right, and thank you. This was LHS SportsCenter, and tune in November 5th while the Lafayette Fighting Irish either take on Van Horn or Excelsior Springs.
Hey, and thanks for having me. You guys are awesome at what you do.
Big thank you to Coach Gutt for the great interview, and thank you to Carlos for interviewing him. And as they mentioned, that first round bye, this is something this Lafayette team hasn't done in multiple years, it seems. And I think that just is a big gratitude to the coaches, the players, the buy-in. It's everything firing on all cylinders, and that's what you get.
Yeah, most definitely. And before we send you off, another shout out and thanks to all fall sports athletes as well as coaches for your time and effort that you give to the sport that you participate in. Thank you guys for watching in this week, and we hope to see you next week.